What's up, everyone? My current suggestion is that you stay away even if Cypher Market returns. The main reason for this is the admin's complete lack of communication, which is highly indicative of either a complete lack of professionalism or a much more severe underlying issue that's going on. At this point in the game, markets should be pretty well known to keep lines of communication open at all times, especially when facing a serious issue. Furthermore, transparency should be the highest priority when there's any kind of issue whatsoever. Traditionally, Cypher Market has elected to fix issues and then discuss how the problem was actually solved instead of letting people know what issues actually exist. This is a pretty egregious lack of transparency on their part. Things get much worse, and that's what we're going to get into today specifically. Cypher Market launched in February of 2020 and has positioned itself in the Darknet community with its walletless escrow system as its main focal point and marketing sales point, if you will, facilitating transactions with Bitcoin and Monaro both. This system is structured to avoid the risks associated with a central fund storage by utilizing single-use addresses per transaction. This directly transferring of funds to the vendor's payout address upon order completion. While this setup is indeed intended to mitigate the risk of large-scale thefts or exit scams, it's definitely not foolproof by any means. The market supports, or at least did support, a variety of listings, such as guides and tutorials, other listings, counterfeits, hosting and security, software and malware, and, of course, narcotics. It operates on a traditional escrow system, holding funds for 14 days or so. Vendor fees include a $500 fee waived for established vendors, a 5% market transaction fee, and a 1% fee on outgoing transactions. No fees are charged to buyers. The walletless system model as a whole, while reducing some risk, doesn't entirely safeguard against all types of misconduct or technical failures. Concerns and issues have arisen in the last few days, and a bunch of signs have pointed to potential operational issues at Cypher Market, sparking some pretty legitimate fears of an exit scam amongst its user base and other possibilities of
Please don't move.
law enforcement seizure.
Boom!
You never know. That's the point. Go.
Which definitely should not entirely be ruled out of the picture yet, because we really don't know. A few alarming indicators highlight these concerns and give them merit. Administrator absence. The absence of Cypher Market's administrator has definitely become a glaring issue, especially as technical and financial troubles escalate. Notably, a warning banner on daunt.link highlights the disappearance specifically. Neither Cypher nor Codeless have engaged with the community or responded to inquiries or issued any public statements across the site, the subreddits, or as individuals. Reports from users receiving only vague reassurances like, "We'll try to fix things," or "We'll get in contact with you," fail to inspire any type of confidence and point to a total lack of accountability or accountable leadership. Technical glitches. Technical issues at Cypher Market have recently intensified, with users frequently encountering 502 timeout errors during critical CAPTCHA solving steps through a process or a program that's known as Endgame. Initially, this problem seemed isolated, but it's definitely worsened, and it's affecting just basic access to the market URL, whereas no one can actually get access. From my understanding, the vendor portal is still open and vendors can still access it as of the recording of this video, but this persistent fault not only disrupts user access, but also casts a pretty serious doubt on the stability and reliability of the market's actual infrastructure as a whole. Withdrawal disruptions. A major red flag that we see when it comes to law enforcement action or exit scams is withdrawal disruptions. The market is also experiencing significant disruptions, with withdrawals affecting both vendors and buyers. A notable account from a user, Digital Sin, detailed on Dread forum, specifically in the subreddit Darknet Markets, described encountering a bug that led to erratic withdrawal behavior. The issue indicates deep-seated and systemic flaws that compromise the integrity of the transactions and have not been adequately addressed by Cypher's administration. Issues with withdrawals is an absolute red flag when it comes to any issues with actual darknet markets, and it's a major problem. It's something that people should be concerned about. Communication breakdown. The situation is further aggravated by Cypher's complete failure to communicate effectively during the crisis, like we covered earlier. The lack of clear and official updates from the market support team or any of the administrators definitely leaves users in a state of uncertainty and distrust. This kind of silence is not acceptable on a platform that absolutely should be prioritizing transparency and reassurance, particularly when stability is compromised. Collectively, all these points, even though they're not numerous, definitely depict a market in disarray, plagued by absent leadership, technical failures, and severe communication breakdowns, all of which have a major erosion effect on user trust and question the viability of continuing to engage with Cypher Market if they were even still around. I know I personally would not elect to do any business with a market that, can't manage to give people the heads up that they're going to be doing maintenance. Like, at this point with Darknet Markets, they should be announcing maintenance a week or two beforehand, let everyone pull out, then do it, or be professional and have a dev server. Analysis of Cypher Market's Clearnet presence. Does Cypher Market sanction these domains? And no one will really ever know. One thing that I found interesting was some of the following links. If you looked at the onion link or clicked on it and put in /pgp.text or /canary.text, you would be brought to a totally different site, and it's actually one with their competitors. This could be indicative of the fact that perhaps it wasn't law enforcement or an exit scam, but rather a competitor who crippled their website. But we may never know the truth. But analyzing the Clearnet site that exists regarding this particular darknet market was still fairly interesting to me. To go to their Clearnet site, supposedly, click on an onion link and put in and see a totally different market admin's PGP key was definitely really weird. CypherDarknet.org. The first Clearnet site is CypherDarknet.org. The website appears relatively modern and is structured into three main sections. The first section focuses on the capture system, a crucial market access security feature that prevents people from hitting the market 5,000 times and causing it to time out. The second section details the registration process and is supposed to be designed to guide new users through signing up. The final section provides a direct link for the users to log in. That said, all of these sections merely redirect users back to the homepage. They're completely and utterly useless, which definitely further suggests functionality issues or potential neglect in website maintenance or setup, if this is in fact official versions, official info sites for the Darknet Market. Cyphermarket.org. In contrast, Cyphermarket.org supports a simpler design with a pretty straightforward black layout, probably one of my favorites. It offered a variety of general information about the market, including an about section, market rules, a post celebrating the market's second-year anniversary, and a FAQ, or frequently asked questions section. Unlike the first site, clicking the links button navigates to another page. So the buttons on this site actually kind of work, which is reassuring. It displays a screenshot of the Darknet Market and provides some statistics that are supposed to be live, or it looks like they're supposed to be live, and they describe some of the market's key features. This page ends with a message signed by Rootless, which adds a personal touch, I guess, to the otherwise pretty bland and generic website, which they all seem to be. Cypher-Market.com. Cypher-Market.com presents a basic layout with limited selections, including an about section, links, and a description of Cypher Market's operations. Interestingly, it also mentions a 99 out of 100 rating for the market, but fails to disclose the source of this rating, which definitely casts some doubt on its authenticity. The site also features a payment section as well as some market statistics. Still, like the first site, the links at the top don't function. They just redirect anywhere. They don't redirect you to anywhere or anything, again, reducing the site's usability. Cypher-Market-1.com. The layout of this site initially seems more appealing than the others, offering a brighter design with a night mode option, which, is super fancy considering the other ones basically hardly even work. But, however, attempting to actually activate night mode revealed the night mode to be, like everything else, completely non-functional. Similar to the other sites, this site mirrors the layout and content found on all the others, which definitely suggests a lack of originality or care in any of the site's designs. Cyphermarket.co. Finally, this last market opts for the most basic design among the 5, with no buttons and a streamlined layout that surprisingly might actually be the most user-friendly out of them all. And despite its simplicity, its minimalistic approach avoids the functional pitfalls we've seen in other sites, like buttons that don't work. So in this one, they just took out the buttons. The combination of a completely absent administrator, multiple technical failures, unresolved financial discrepancies, and really, really poor communication forms a pattern often observed in previous Darknet Market exit scams, law enforcement busts, and things like that. While the unique walletless structure of Cypher Market theoretically reduces some risk of traditional exit scams, the current signs suggest that users might still be exposed to considerable financial loss if the market were to shut down abruptly. Given these factors, users are definitely advised to exercise extreme caution. I recommend not even using the site. So here's the deal. Even if, all the issues are somehow magically resolved and fixed, you still have a significant issues with this market that vastly outweigh, in my opinion, any rationale to use it. I believe that they're either exit scamming or taken over by law enforcement, or it could just be sheer incompetence. And if neither of those things are actually what it is, it could also be a competitor's taking over the site. We just don't know. One thing we do know is that their behavior is pretty abnormal and there's a lot of red flags involved in what's going on right now with Cypher Market. Final word. The situation at Cypher Market remains pretty fluid and uncertain. Not yet confirmed troubling developments definitely support the fear of a exit scam or seizure, like I just said. In the darknet sphere, where anonymity plays a central role in operations, the integrity and reliability of a market administration is really, really crucial. It's not something that you can buy, per se. The absence of such integrity can lead to rapid disintegration of trust and market stability, much of which we're already seeing right now. As this situation unfolds, the Darknet community will definitely be watching closely, hoping for a resolution, but as always, preparing for the potential fallout of yet another market failure, or a greedy admin, or a law enforcement bust. In any case, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.